Since we can't actually know what 1.20 is going to be until Minecraft Live 2022, all we have left to do is guess. Which is why in this video I'm going to be giving you my 4 best guesses on what the next update that holds the future of Minecraft could possibly end up being. The first idea I had for an update would be, what if they updated the biomes, because there are several biomes in the game that Mojang has said they're going to update at some point, but would this update be the time to do it? So the first of these biomes is of course the desert, and the second one is the mesa. Both these biomes Mojang have said that they are going to update at some point in the future. So maybe this update is going to be the time. Maybe this will be the update that they end up updating all the biomes. The only other biome that Mojang actually promised that they'll update at some point in the future is the savanna biome. So it's possible that they could throw all of these 3 updates into one update and get all 3 biomes with one go. There is of course the option that at some point they'll update the birch forest, but they've never actually promised us that they would update the birch forest. They only gave us some art on maybe what would happen if they did, but they've never actually said that they ever will. Another idea I had is, what if there was an update or a catch-up update, things that they missed in the past, updates and are going to add in here. This could include things like the bundle, which would be a pretty cool thing if they added back in, because it has been missing for 2 updates now, and also archaeology, something that was promised in 2020 and we are now all the way in 2022. Things are not getting added and they need to be, so it's possible that they would want to spend a whole update to catch up on some of these missing features. And this could also be thrown in with a content creation / quality of life update. This could help out with some inventory management problems that we have in the survival mode, and just generally other things like performance. There are many things that are kind of missing from the vanilla game that definitely should be in there, so it could be kind of a catch-up time and a way for Mojang to add in some things that they've probably been meaning to add in for a long time but just have never gotten around to because they've been too many large massive updates in the way the entire time. The most requested update by the Minecraft community is of course an end update, which could overhaul the end for survival gameplay, make it fun to explore, fun to be in, and fun to build in. There are currently only a couple types of blocks that are in the end: endstone and purple blocks, of course with the obsidian of the ender dragon fight. And speaking of the ender dragon fight, look at this over here. We could use a ender dragon fight overhaul. I realize that the ender dragon fight is really nostalgic for a lot of people, but at the same time it is really not the greatest boss fight and reasonably boring as far as they go. So I think an ender dragon overhaul fight would be a very useful addition to the game. And the last update I have for you guys is probably the one that Minecraft needs the most. It's the combat update. We all know that the current combat system is iffy at best, since it's different on all the different game systems and different versions of the game. It's very inconsistent and also it doesn't make sense at all. It's just a generally messed up system, but it's also going to be the hardest one for Mojang to fix. And I know they've been working on it in the background for a long time now, but we haven't seen any updates on it in so long. I think a 1.20, if they just buckled down and got it over with, this would be a really, really great update, because again, the Minecraft PvP system right now is it's really not good, because there's no skill involved, but it's hard to understand. It's hard to wrap your head around how it works, but there's also no really advantage you have over anyone else unless you have really good movement or you incorporate non-PvP things into the game. There's also only 2 real weapons to use: axes and swords, and since axes do way more damage, there's no real reason to use swords, which makes swords really useless. It's just generally a bad system. So I think a 1.20 combat update would be the most likely thing that could happen. But what do you guys think? What update do you think will be most likely to be added to Minecraft? Do you think maybe a combat update is most needed? Or do you think maybe something else is most needed? Let me know in the comment section. Or if you think it's something that I completely didn't even talk about, then please let me know also. But without further ado, I am Bananscraft, and I will see all of you next time.